Good morning, Froggy. Miss Taylor's got a froggy in her throat. All right, so we're just going to review some spelling, and I thought I would play Spelling Sparkle with you. Of course, I have my words, but you're going to work with me here. Okay? The word is Montana. M N A. What's the abbreviation for Montana? Good. All right. The word is camouflage. You start off. A O F A E. Sparkle. Camouflage. Okay. The word is rhinestone. I start off. R I. Oh, am I right? R I E T O. No, that was you. N. Rhinestone. Okay. Heroes. You start. E O S. Heroes. Neatness. Here we go. N A N S. Neatness. All right. Tomatoes. You start. O A O S. Tomatoes. Right. You got it right. Okay. Let's see. What's another word? Rhythm. That's a good one. I start. R Y H. Rhythm. Very good. Larynx. You start. A. What is it? Come on, Kellen. Start over. A. Y. X. Very seldom do you ever hear the letter X in a word, so that's kind of cool. All right, larynx. So sentence, I'll start it off. S. N. E. C. Sentence. Very good. And I think we've got two more. Neatness. I'll start it off. N. A. N. S. Did we already do that one? Sentence. I remember the two S's. All right, and echoes. 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 All right, echoes. You start off. C. O. S. Echoes. Very good. Now, tomorrow when we have our Zoom meeting, I would like for you to have a pencil and paper and be ready to take a test. Now, you're on your honor system. Froggy's like, you are on your honor system. If you're going to cheat, then you're just going to cheat, and that's between you and God. However, I would like for you to know these words. It's only 10 of them. I'll give you a normal spelling test like we would have, as normal as our new normal is, I guess. And then I will have something set up where I'll give you a word bank, and you will write down the meaning or the words for the vocabulary. All right, so you just need to be familiar with what those words mean. So that's tomorrow, 10 a.m. Let's go over spherical. What does that mean? Brock, what does it mean? Shaped like a ball or globe? Globe? Very good. All right, what about the word prompt? What does that mean, Violet? On time and quick? Okay, yes. Optimist. All right, John Mark, tell me what you think it means. Optimist. A person who sees the bright side. Very good. Pessimist. Some of y'all know pessimists in your life, and we've been pessimists, but we're not going to be that, right? No, we're not going to be that. So, what is a pessimist? I'm trying to think on my little, Andy, it's your turn. All right, what does it mean? A person who tends to see only the difficulties in life. Glass half empty kind of person. All right? And counsel. Juanita, what does counsel mean? Yes, to advise or to give advice. Very good. All right, so spelling, you need to know those 10 words. You need to be able to spell them. And then you will also need to be very familiar with the 5 vocabulary words. That's a total of 15. That's half of the spelling. And we will try to take our test. And as soon as we're finished with the test, you'll be able to hand it to your mom or dad, or maybe you're doing it yourself, and then you will take a picture of that and send it on to me. Okay? Good. Next, I'd like to do is just go ahead and let's read chapter 3 together. And that's all we'll be doing and reading today is chapter 3. I'll remind you, there's some of you that's not quite gotten the hang of the Raz Kids. So if you're having problems getting logged on, if you'll give me a text, and let me see if I can't work the problem from this end, but hopefully you'll be able to get on there. And then you can move up and down and get points and give your little character cool stuff. So I'd love to see you guys do that. All right. Okay. So here we are. The Tale of Despereaux, chapter 3. You can follow along or you can read with me. Despereaux's siblings tried to educate him in the ways of being a mouse. His brother Furlough took him on a tour of the castle to demonstrate the art of scurrying. Move side to side, instructed Furlough, scrabbling across the waxed castle floor. Look over your shoulder all the time. First to the right, then to the left. Don't stop for anything. Scurry. But Despereaux wasn't listening to Furlough. He was staring at the light pouring in through the stained glass windows of the castle. He stood on his hind legs and held his handkerchief over his heart and stared up into the brilliant light. So imagine this little bitty mouse with these really big ears going, oh. Furlough, he said, what is this thing? What are all these colors? Are we in heaven? Cripes, shouted Furlough from a far corner. Don't stand there in the middle of the floor talking about heaven. Move! You're a mouse, not a man. You've got to scurry. What? Said Despereaux, still staring at the light. Furlough was gone. He had, like a good mouse, disappeared into a hole in the molding. Despereaux's sister, Merlot, took him into the castle library, where light came streaming in through tall, high windows and landed on the floor in bright yellow patches. Here, said Merlot, follow me, small brother, and I will instruct you on the fine points on how to nibble paper. Merlot scurried up a chair from there and hopped onto a table on which sat a huge open book. This way, small brother, she said as she crawled onto the pages of the book. And Despereaux followed her from the chair to the table to the page. Now then, said Merlot, this glue here is tasty and a paper edge is crunchy and yummy like so. And she nibbled the edge of the page and then looked over at Despereaux. So can you imagine this little mouse chewing on a book? Despereaux, what do you think he's doing? Not nibbling? You're probably right. You try, she said. First, a bite of some glue, and then follow it with the crunch of the paper. And these little squiggles, they are very tasty. Despereaux looked down at the book, and something remarkable happened. The marks on the pages, the squiggles, as Merlot referred to them, arranged themselves into shapes. The shapes arranged themselves into words, and the words spelled out delicious and wonderful phrase, once upon a time. Once upon a time? Whispered Despereaux. What? Said Merlot. Nothing, nothing. Eat, said Merlot. And you see the cute little picture in your book where he's on the... Don't you like Despereaux? Poor little guy. I couldn't possibly, said Despereaux, backing away from the book. Why? Said Despereaux, I would ruin the story. The story. What story? Marlowe stared at him. A piece of paper trembled at the end of one of her indignant whiskers. It's just like what Paul said when you were born. Something is not right with you. She turned and scurried from the library to tell her parents about the latest disappointment. Desborough waited until she was gone, and then he reached out, and with one paw, he touched the lovely words, "Once upon a time." He shivered. He sneezed. He blew his nose into his handkerchief. "Once upon a time," he said aloud, relishing the sound. And then tracing each word with his paw, he read the story of a beautiful princess and the brave knight who serves and honors her. Desborough did not know it, but he would need very soon to be brave himself. Have I mentioned that beneath the castle there was a dungeon? In the dungeon there were rats, large rats, mean rats. Desborough was destined to meet those rats. Reader, you must know that an interesting fate, sometimes involving rats, sometimes not, awaits almost everyone, mouse or man, who does not conform. What do you think's going to happen? We'll go ahead and read chapter 4 if you want to. All right. We'll continue with the story, and we don't have any work pages or anything to go on until we finish chapter 4. So, great book. If you want to curl up and read it all, go for it.